turn your head at that a little bit.
And even
like,
how
if you're trying to hint at something. And again, when we're talking about mark out music, if I heard that riff and then I heard one of a kind, I'd be marking out.
Or with Impact using Raven again, despite the fact that I think Raven looks like hell. I'm
Does
hoping...
he still use the music that he used in WCW in Impact?
I haven't actually heard his Impact.
I'd have to look it up. Yeah, but I remember his Impact theme was very, very similar, which I really, really liked. Even though I did like his Raven music in WWF. I always really liked that because it sounded like it sounded very Manson-ish.
Yeah, and I can't remember who actually did the song.
Because I know he's not going to be able to come out and play.
No, of course not.
So it comes out to a ripoff of "Come As You Are."
That's
pretty much.
He has done that.
That's what his WCW and.
Well,
which made no sense. If they were going to rip off a song for Raven, you would do fucking Even Flow.
Yeah, but Jericho got the Even Flow rip off.
That's true.
DDP got the Smells Like Teen Spirit rip off music.
Yep.
Self high five. WCW was king of the rip-offs. My favorite was Jericho's story in his book where he's like, I was really pissed when I heard my entrance scene being played as Basketball Highlights number 12 on a TBS replay. Just like, did they seriously just go into the Turner?
You can hear like early aughts WWE themes on stuff now.
Oh yeah, the Hardy Boys theme, the one that they still use for Jeff right now, was originally a stock theme. You can still hear it.
Oh yeah.
You can hear the Holly Cousins combined theme.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that for years.
Hear that anywhere.
But not the How Do You Like Me Now? They actually wrote that. It's the Crash, the one they used for Crash.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. I remember that one. Yeah, good old stock music. All right, I think that concludes the mark-out portion of the show. All right, so before we move on here, what does the never stand for? And never! Do you know?
Do you know?
Should be more like never.
Yeah, like
never. All kinds of things.
Yeah.
Anyway, never stands for New Blood, Evolution, Valiantly, Eternal, and Radical.
Totally, dude.
So great. Yeah. I always forget the V though. I always remember New Blood, Evolution, Eternal.
That's a hard one to remember.
Valiantly,
that's like something that you hear a lot.
It's not a word that comes up a lot in my vocabulary. That's the thing.
No, it's a Ren Fair thing.
Yeah, you're not in plate mail.
Yeah, but that's the. Yep, that's what it stands for, and they screwed it up. They definitely cheat. It should be the Nebever.
Yep, the Nebever.
The Nebever. Never!
Of course, when they started, it was like Young Boys thing, like they're doing now with those Lions Break stuff.
Yeah, because that was the whole idea behind it, right? Was to showcase
it was
Young
all
Boys.
New Boys.
Yeah.
Because apparently they had a ton at that period.
Well, the event for what was it? Never Won in 2010. I mean, these were all young boys at the time. Hiromu Takahashi was in there. Taishi Takizawa. Taichi was in there. Ishii. And Naito and Yujiro Takahashi defeated Madoka and Shinobu in the big old main event.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
In front of 300 screaming New Japan main.
Yeah. Now some of those guys are entertaining, 40,000 plus.
Exactly. Well, I don't think these events were ever held in.
No.
They were probably all held at Kurokan or the Sumo Hall.
Shinkiba First Ring was the venue.
Okay, so
it's an arena in Tokyo, and it only holds 290. So there you go.
That would be a sumo arena, I think.
So yeah, that's where that is where that was held. That's your never history lesson. I hope you all enjoy that. All right. So again, if you are part of our community, you can check us out on Facebook. We have a bunch of new members who have joined our actual group, Club Kayfabe Home of True Wrestling Fans. Look us up. That's where you can play the game, Points or Consequences, coming up at the end of the show. You can also become a patron. And if you are, certain tiers allow you your own segments on the show. One of our patrons, Jay Winger, will excitedly cash his in for the Positivity Zone segment coming up next, right after we do the quick patron shoutouts. Glenn, Jeff Trelowitz, and Andrew Whitaker, thank you. Thank you for your continued patronage. And of course, if you want to make any one-time donations, as Randy Moyer has done in the past, you can always PayPal us, clubkayfabe@gmail.com. And of course, if you're interested in watching me play crappy video games, or any video game, you can make me play a good game. I just like to advertise the crap because I feel like that's what people enjoy seeing more. You can donate $1 per 1 minute of gameplay. For a $20 donation, you can make me play 20 minutes of any game you want, as long as I have access to it, and I will make the effort to get access to it for you.
They just want to hear you rage playing a bad game.
Oh, and I will have so much fun doing that, because it will be on Twitch, the chat will be open, and you can mock me endlessly, especially as I constantly hits and die. But yes, for certain tiers, you get your own segment on this show. Jay Winger's Positivity Zone will be brought to you by Dan this week. Take it away, Dan.
Yeah, this week in the Positivity Zone, we're going to talk about wrestling more, because this is a great time, man. Things are picking up thanks to AEW announcements and stuff, and it's nice to be happy and looking forward to some wrestling.
It's about time.
I know Dan doesn't watch the weekly shows, but Glenn, you probably noticed this. There was a distinct quality upping this week.
Well, on SmackDown, yes. I was bored to tears, minus the Hogan segment on Raw.
See, I didn't mind Raw this week. But yeah, SmackDown for sure. There was definitely a lot of effort put into that show.
Yeah, there were a lot of really good SmackDown this week. And, they're really, I think maybe it's time that they turn up the volume a little bit.
They're going to have to. That's the thing.
Especially once they get back to a corner, which is going to happen.
But that's what competition does. How exactly did the Attitude Era come about again? That era that a lot of people claim was the best ever. How did that come out? Because they were literally backed into the corner and had no other option.
They were getting their ass beat for nearly 2 years straight.
They were getting their asses kicked.
Well, and again, what was it? When Hogan made his return to TV on Impact in 2009?
2010.
When they were doing that, head-to-head. Yeah. That show drew 2.2 million viewers, which was the closest anybody had gotten since WCW.
Yes, but do you remember how the WWE counteracted that?
I very much
brought back Bret friggin' Hart.
I very much do. So that just goes to show you that when somebody goes to try to back them into a corner, they will try to respond.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of I want AEW to succeed. I want these guys to do what they're going to do.
And that's another thing. Nothing pisses me off more than to see a wrestling fan constantly wish for people to not succeed. If you're truly a fan of the business, you should be excited right now.
You know what's worse? Fucking workers.
Oh, yeah.
You literally want to see your friends and yourself
else.
fail.
Yeah. But what I really want to see right now is I want to see WWE back to new. I want to see them up their game. They've needed to do it for years.
Oh yeah, remember when I tweeted or I posted on Facebook about how Zack Ryder just worked his first Raw of 2018 on the last Raw of 2018, and immediately a certain worker friend of mine immediately responded like, "They should have fired him years ago." And I'm just like, and what are you doing in wrestling right now?
Well, and again, there's no reason for him to be. He just needs to go find himself a better place to work.
Well, he's one of the guys who's him, Ty Dillinger. They've been posting the cryptic stuff. So,
but I'm very interested to see what's going to ultimately happen here, because it will make it exciting. It will make it.
This is going to be. I predict the same thing as Dan. This is going to be a great year for wrestling. There's only one thing that could make me more excited for wrestling. Just one. Does anybody know what that is?
Do it, Rockapella.
Season 5.
I was about to say, wait, the return of Papa Shango?
Season 5. Give me season 5 and I will be the happiest wrestling fan I've probably been since like 1998.
The thing is, I think we'll get a season 5. I just don't think it'll be this year.
Yes, I agree, Randy. This will up the quality of the business with more places for people to work. I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree. That's the point. Because now you don't have a choice but to up your business, because if you're creating a crappy place to work, guess where? They're going to go to the good place.
Yeah. Everything. It's really just going to be one of those deals. It's going to be you're going to pick and choose where you want to go. And both or all the big wrestling companies are going to have to evolve and up their game some.
Well, if you do want to watch Impact, as Mike just pointed out, the Impact TV plays. You can on Pluto TV. You can download that on your Roku or your phone. They show old pay-per-views, old episodes of Impact. And he's like, it's kind of like Lucha Underground, since almost all the roster is working with Impact anyway.
That's true.
No, they all go to AEW in a few months.
Well, we shall see. So yes, Dan is excited for wrestling again. You know who else is excited for wrestling? Vince. He's been Googling.
Well, I don't know if he's excited
this week. So here's some things that he Googled this week. Is Hogan still racist? Of course. He Googled, what is equal pay? He Googled, goddamn Chris Jericho, what the fuck? He Googled, isn't Neville still on 205 Live?
Oh, no.
Oh, come on, you knew that was coming. He Googled, what the fuck is this Florida Elite Mickey Mouse horse shit? Does Elite not apply to production values?
Okay, that I will admittedly admit to laugh to, because the production value of whatever they aired
doing an outdoor fucking thing was a bad idea.
That was pretty bad.
Hey, if you can at least make it look like Ring of Honor, you're on this.
They needed the mic that needed some microphones in that crowd to kind of amp up that sound, because a lot of the times the crowd just sounded dead.
Yeah. He Googled, is it legal for all the people who pissed you off to band together and fuck with you? And the last thing he Googled, which is the funniest, is what is health insurance?
Oh!
I don't know. Ask the employees in Titan Towers, because apparently they get it. So there you go.
Because they're actually employees. They're not independent contractors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, it is a new year. It's 2019. As we record, we're actually recording on a Friday. So we're only 11 days into the new year, and lots of wrestlers made New Year's resolutions. And these are the resolutions that got broken already since we turned over. In this week's Points or Consequences game, Dan is your point czar. Are you ready, Dan?
I hate to take a sip here.
These are the resolutions that have already been broken. Here we go. Yes. This week's Points or Consequences game. Xavier Woods swore he would not make any challenges to Kenny Omega this year to any gaming competitions.
He has literally already broken that. That is points.
Points to Glenn Kukan.
Damn right. I thought that was great.